Hey guys, what's going on? It's Derek from Derek's Horror Stuff, and today I'm bringing you the Halloween Ends kill ranking. That's right, there are exactly 15 kills in Halloween Ends, and I'm here to rank them all from worst to best. So sit tight, buckle up, and enjoy the ride. Now let's get started with kill number 15, Radio Station Receptionist. Towards the end of the film, Corey Cunningham, dressed up as Michael Myers, decides he wants some smoke with Willy the Kid, the DJ at a popular radio station in Haddonfield. As Corey enters the radio station, he's confronted by the young blonde receptionist at the front desk who's cutting pieces of paper. Of course, if he wants to get to Willy the Kid, he's got to go through her first. This kill takes place off screen, and therefore falls at number 15 on the kill ranking. Moving on to kill number 14. Brewerys Mother. Throughout the movie, Corey has a very toxic relationship with his mother. Honestly, at points it's a little bit weird. Not only does she try to boss him around as a grown man, she also tries to keep him from seeing other women. She wants him home by a certain time, she needs to know all of his whereabouts, and on top of being physically abusive, she also seems to kiss him on the lips. While Corey goes back home during his tirade to take revenge on his mother, she gets stabbed to death. Another kill that's mainly off screen. Coming in at kill number 13, Stacy. Stacy is one of the bullies who go after Corey throughout the entire movie. Now originally when they go to the scrapyard, Stacy is one of the first to escape when she sees that things are going awry. Stacy makes a grave mistake when she comes back to try to save her friend, Margo. Stacy, busy trying to comfort her friend Margo, Corey comes out of the truck and strikes her in the head with a wrench. Again, the rest of her kill is off screen, we just see her dead bloody body later on. Coming in at kill number 12, we have Jeremy. Jeremy is a little boy in the beginning of the movie, who Corey is paid to babysit. Jeremy decides he's going to play a prank on Corey after watching a scary movie, and he's going to run and hide. He's also going to take a kitchen knife and put it on one of the steps, just for the hell of it, to add the extra scare factor. Well, as Corey is looking for Jeremy in a frantic panic, Jeremy locks him in a room. Now, even though Corey's a grown man, and Jeremy's just a small child, Corey loses his shit immediately and starts banging and pounding on this door trying to kick it open. As he's doing this, Jeremy's parents come back home, and Corey manages to kick open the door, which then flings the young child Jeremy over the banister onto the floor, and you see him snap his neck right in front of his parents and end up in a pile of blood. You then look up to see Corey standing at the top of the stairs with a knife in his hand. Now, although this is a somewhat comedic kill, at least in my opinion, it reminds me of Scary Movie where they would just throw like a dummy over the banister and call it a day. It still has its place at number 12 on the Halloween Ends kill rank. Coming in at number 11, Allison's ex-boyfriend, Officer Mullaney. At one point in this movie, Corey and Allison are out for dinner, and they're approached by Officer Mullaney. Mullaney invites them over to their table, and Allison refuses his unwanted advances. When Mullaney starts to get aggravated, Corey decides that he's going to stick up for himself and Allison. Mullaney doesn't like this, so he follows Corey, where he ends up under a bridge. Corey then lures him into a tunnel, where he's confronted by himself and Michael Myers. After a small scuffle, Michael stabs Officer Mullaney multiple times, and during this time also has some sort of a seizure. Just keep Michael away from flashing lights. Coming in at number 10. Homeless man. Now, at one point, Corey is coming out of a gutter. A homeless man sneaks up on him, claiming to be Michael Myers, and threatens to stab him if he doesn't go back into this little tunnel and bring out the man that he claims is Michael Myers. Now, Corey is being threatened for his life, and it's only fair that, he's able to swing this knife around on the other guy. So Corey ends up stabbing this homeless man to death. Coming in at kill number 9, Corey's father. You see Corey's father throughout the movie a few times, and each time it seems like he's a little rough around the edges, but he wants to take care of his son. At one point during the movie, when all the bullies are coming to the scrapyard to try to get their revenge on Corey, Corey's father decides he's going to step into play, not knowing that Corey's out there as Michael Myers. One of the bullies, Terry, is given a gun by Corey's father to protect himself. While Corey's father goes out to investigate, Terry sees Corey standing there with his Michael Myers mask. When Corey's father realizes it's him, he jumps up to try to stop the bullet and defend his son. However, that does not work because Terry ends up hitting him with a kill shot right in the dome. Terry has really good aim. Coming in at kill number 8. Billy. Billy is another one of the bullies who walks around with drumsticks the whole movie for God knows what reason. I guess just because they're cool and he's in a band, and he's got a weird mullet. At a certain point, Billy's sitting in the car in the driver's seat, and Terry yells out to him that they have to get going. Billy doesn't move, Billy doesn't respond, so Terry goes and looks. Terry is surprised when he sees that Billy is slumped over the steering wheel with a drumstick through his eye socket. Now that's rock and roll. Coming in at number 7, Terry. Now guys, you've already heard me mention Terry's name several times. Terry's one of the main bullies in this movie, if not the main bully. And Terry has a very interesting death because it's on screen, but it's kind of blurred out. The biggest thing about Terry's death that puts him at number 7 for me is that once he's smacked down by Corey, Corey takes a blowtorch and puts it right in his mouth. and starts lighting him on fire, burning the insides of his body while he's still alive. Although there's not that much to see for Terry's death, I still put it at number 7 because that's just a brutal way to die. Coming in at number 6, Dr. Mathis. You see Dr. Mathis throughout this whole movie because Allison works for him, and she's trying to get promoted, but it ends up going to the other nurse, and the main reason it goes to the other nurse is because they're doing the hibbity-dibbity. At one point, Dr. Mathis has Nurse Deb over his house. They're ready to do some canoodling, and Nurse Deb comes out to find Dr. Mathis on the ground with his head wrapped in plastic, being stabbed repeatedly by a man in a scarecrow mask. Now, this takes number 6 for me because this is pretty brutal in the sense that he just keeps going. You can see him in the background when she walks out in the shadows. You can see his movement of his arm stabbing Dr. Mathis. But then he just continues to keep going, and he has the plastic wrapped around his face for an added layer of chaos, so that's why I put Dr. Mathis at number 6. Coming in at kill number 5, Margo. Margo is one of the female bullies in this movie. She sees Corey's truck running towards her and tries to flee the scrapyard. Now, the scrapyard gates are locked, so as she tries to leave, she can't leave quite quick enough by jumping over it, and Corey ends up running through the fence, knocking the fence right down onto Margo. Margo's left there for a little bit before he decides to run over her body and stomp her head in with his foot. This kill gets number 5 because of the gore factor of seeing her head stomped in like that. Coming in at kill number 4, Nurse Deb. Now, as we explained earlier, Nurse Deb works for Dr. Mathis. She was over his house, and they were trying to do some consensual coitling. Nurse Deb comes out of the bathroom after seeing Dr. Mathis stabbed to death and locks herself into the house. As she's focused on Corey banging at the door, she doesn't notice Michael Myers sneaking up behind her. At this point, Michael Myers grabs her by the neck, holds her up to the wall, and sticks a knife right through her, leaving her dangling and stuck to the wall, pinned by the knife. Not only is this a great scene, it's a great throwback to Halloween 1978. Coming in at kill number 3, Willy the Kid. Willy the Kid is the DJ in Haddonfield. After some earlier scuffles with Corey and Allison, Corey comes back for revenge on Willy the Kid. As Willy the Kid is trying to spin some sick beats, Corey walks in and smashes his head off the desk multiple times, leaving his jaw hanging off. Not only does he leave his jaw hanging off, he takes the scissors and he cuts his tongue out of his mouth and leaves it in front of him. The tongue just sits on the record player spinning and skipping the needle, which is actually quite hilarious. Based on the practical effects that were actually used in this part, and the hilarity of the tongue skipping the record, put this kill at number 3. Coming in at kill number 2, Corey. Corey gets what's coming to him when he tries to go after Laurie. Laurie fakes him out by pretending that she's gonna kill herself, and then shoots Corey twice as he falls down the steps. Laurie decides to let Corey live, but Corey doesn't want to do that. So he takes his knife and stabs himself in the neck, leaving himself to bleed out. Now at this point you think Corey's dead, right? Well, you're wrong. Somehow he's still alive. Michael Myers comes back in to retrieve his mask that Corey stole earlier in the movie, somehow, and snaps Corey's neck like a twig, finally ending Corey Cunningham. And guys, here we are at kill number 1. You know who it is because there's only 15 kills and there's only one left to mention. It is the one, the only, the legendary Michael Myers. Now, Michael Myers does not get the respect that he deserves in this movie. He does not get enough kills. He does not get enough attention. He is a brittle old man in this film for whatever reason, but he gets the number 1 kill in this rank. Now, Michael at the end of this movie is going after Laurie Strode as usual, and after a brief scuffle with Laurie, he ends up crucified on the kitchen counter as Laurie sticks one knife in one hand, one knife in the other, and a knife in his chest. Now, Michael's still kicking, so she slices his neck with a kitchen knife. Although that doesn't seem to be enough because Michael still busts his hand out of one of the knives and ends up trying to strangle Laurie to death. Allison returns home to break Michael's arm. After this, Laurie gives him one more slit to the wrist and watches him bleed out. When the town finds out about this, they strap Michael Myers to the top of a car and they parade him through the entire town. They take him to the industrial shredder that is set up in the center of town, and they throw his body in there where we watch his head pop like a melon. Now again, guys, I don't think this is necessarily the death that Michael Myers deserves, but this is what we get. And that's why we come in at kill number 1 with Michael Myers. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Keep an eye out for more kill counts and rankings. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that thumbs up on your way out. Leave a comment below letting me know what your favorite kill is and what movie I should do next. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.